Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome. It's the first episode of Instructor Corner with your resident pro, Stu Boy, here. Yeah, well, I just want to welcome you to the 2012-2013 Ski and Snowboard School. Give me one of those. Alright, guys, well, with this first episode, we're just going to go over a little bit of basics, some good leadership skills when it comes to your group. A few aspects I would like to address would be first your abilities, which is kind of like your traits and what you got and what you're bringing to the table, and kind of some other things that you want to anticipate. Next is going to be just understanding kind of our leadership theories and our teaching cycle and kind of how it should stay consistent through and through. Lastly is going to be your expectations. Kind of what are you going to be looking forward to, what are you going to be not looking forward to, what to expect when things get a little weird. All right, so I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I'm back. I had to get out of that wet snow gear I was wearing. It was powdery out there. It was awesome. Alright, so back to what I was talking about. The three main things: abilities, expectations, and understandings. First the abilities, kind of your traits on what you're bringing with you. First and foremost, got to be able to ride. If you can't ride, can't help you. Go back to ski school and be a student, not an instructor. Gotcha. All right, the next one is going to be able to have the enthusiasm to want to teach. If you have the enthusiasm, that's easy to work with. If you don't have the enthusiasm, get going. If you don't know how to teach, that's something we can work with. That's very easy to manage. Okay, the next one is kind of the social awareness on where you are with your group. You're going to have a lot of tourists coming in. Some with different languages, different backgrounds, cultural differences, things like that. You got to be able to adapt and know how to communicate correct within your social setting of your groups. Next is going to be high energy. You got to be pumped to be out there. If you're not high energy, your students, classmates, they won't be high energy as well. If you're kind of loping around, then they're not going to give much back to you. Next is going to be empathy. Kind of put yourself in those shoes. It is their first time. They're falling a lot. They're sore. They're tired. They're cold. Fingers are numb. Just kind of understand where they're coming from. And then lastly, be a strong motivator. You gotta motivate. They're not going to get it done by doing it themselves. Well, actually they will. But motivation helps out a lot. Kind of gets them over that edge. Alright, guys, so the second part I was talking about is going to be the understanding, kind of our teaching cycle and how that works out. Got a little diagram here. This is just a 4-step process that we go through. First is going to be your explanation. You're going to spend about 10% doing that. Demonstration, about 10% doing that. But practice, that's the big one. You want to do a big 50% on the practice. Let them go ahead and do it on their own. And then lastly, give them that feedback, that positive feedback. They can't really do anything without any feedback. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what they're doing wrong, doing right. And that just really helps them, over the edge and really progress onto the next progression within the classes. And with that, you kind of got to understand your group, kind of understand your dynamics. Depends on the children. If it's going to be small kids, if it's going to be big kids, you got to know how to approach them. And it depends on the different demeanor you have. With the adult, it's a lot easier to talk to, communicate. With the little kids, you got to sometimes put it in different perspectives that they understand, because they are kind of the younger ones. Lastly is your expectations. It's kind of tough because with people with different learning levels, learning curves, if they've snowboarded before or skied before, or if they haven't, first timers, it's definitely going to vary. And you need to understand and situationally switch it up and kind of, sometimes it'll work for a particular teaching strategy, will work for one person, might not work for another. So you really have to be adaptable. Adaptable is probably one of the biggest skills you can have as an instructor, because you're not going to know what's coming your way, if there's going to be good attitudes or bad attitudes. And so hopefully with this first episode, these basics will definitely help you with the future and help you grow as a leader, as a great instructor, and it'll get you to where you need to be. For now, everybody have a good one, and ride on. See you next season, or next episode, same season.